to be able to pick off that hatchery. Some Zerglings coming in from the back. Zealot's going to block that up. Has high tempo as well if he wants to use the storm. More Zerglings coming up, but nothing but Zerglings. A lot of them streaming up against these Zealots, but definitely has more than enough Zealots to fend this off. Has high tempo as well. That it's going to get sniped anytime. Not positioning it probably. Should have been able to possibly use a storm if he needed, but he didn't really need it. Picked off a lot of Zerglings there, so at the very least, picks off the 12 o'clock position and holds it. Should move as his forces out, but at the very least holds that position as well. Firefist is going to react by picking up the 6 o'clock. I'm not quite sure if anytime he's going to have enough to go out try to pick that off as well. But at the very least, he's doing some economic damage. Zerglings is going to run towards the 12 o'clock as well, try to hold that position. Shuttle is now out for any time. Wondering what he's going to do with those. And I'm not quite sure if anytime really has that much troop production. Doesn't have that many gateways. I think he only has 6 still. I saw what was it? It has 2 at his natural. I think he had 4, maybe 5 at his main. It's not a lot of gateways. He should, because his bases got so delayed, because it's so heavily economic, because he got damaged so heavily economically. Yeah, that was 6 gateways. So he's at 8 at the moment. And at this point, I feel he should be producing more forces. I'm not even sure if all those gateways are producing at mass. They should be once as soon as those low right kicks in fully. I'm not quite sure if it's quite there yet, but it's actually should be. He should have had time enough. Should have had enough time now to revitalize his economy. And he is on equal basis with Firefist, although Firefist is going to be picking up yet another gas soon. It's all probably going to come down to a big battle soon, because both players have a sizable armies. Anytime thinking of attacking that 12 again, he has definitely enough auxiliary forces, a lot of observers, a bunch of high temp parties. If he just storms all over, get those lurkers with the storms, and only uses those zealots to maybe finish those off. He's going to be in position. Let's see what he does manage to get with those. One high temp bar going to pick off a lot of those Zerglings. Another double storm over some lurkers there at the top. A lot of those Zerglings get picked off. Another high temp bar actually get picked off. But now Firefist is going to go in with a counterattack right at that middle, only at the 3 o'clock. All those cannons are going to go down. Only a few zealots to help them, but only a few zealots to help defend. I completely lost my voice there for a second, but I think that's going to be enough. Anytime anyone going to move towards 12 o'clock. Low right-hand position, also going to attack. Dark Swarm with Zerglings to support. That Nexus is going to go down. Anytime not going to be reinforced, at the very least, he's going to go to the 12 o'clock and try to pick that off. Firefist was picking that up again, but I think Firefist is going to be able to sacrifice that 12 without doing too bad. If he manages to pick off one base of any times, picking off a sacrifice at that 12 would be definitely worth it. Picks off the Nexus. He has his 6 o'clock up at this point. High Templar streaming in, try to storm over where the Nexus used to be. Anytime you are going to move out there. Ultralisk coming already, and I think soon enough Firefist is going to be able to support this. He's been playing very conservatively, going for Lurker Wing with some Defiler support finally. But this very conservative game means he probably has some decent amount of gas in the bank, so Ultras are going to come out. Anytime going to right for that upper left-hand position, has quite a few Dragoons, a bunch of Zealots, a couple of High Templars, going to storm over some Zerglings. A lot of Zerglings streaming out, and I think the Zealots alongside the Dragoon support are going to be able to handle this, so anytime still might do a lot of damage here. But, he lost the Nexus out of low right hand. He kept everything else there. Mind you, lost some of the cannons as well. But he's going to be able to reestablish that fairly soon. Just going to come down to what he manages to do as counter damage. Lurkers and the Wings just running in like crazy. And he doesn't have any Zealots to support anymore. Zealots, I think, are actually below the ramp. Yeah, my audio got cut off for some reason. So, apologize, people. 30, 31 seconds, 32 seconds, 33 seconds. Just help me resync that. For some reason, my video, some conversion crap got happened and my video got cut off. But anyway, back into the game. All the Zealots and the forces up on the left hand are going to get it picked off. And now we got Ultras in the game. Woot. Yeah, definitely. I think anytime a little bit of trouble, he's going to move in with DTs. Retro 6 o'clock managed to pick off the Unitas Canal before that gets used. But now his forces are going to get stuck in that corner there. I'm not sure we're going to actually manage to do much with those forces there. He's probably going to, manage to pick off the hatch at the very least. Actually, okay, Firefist not reacting really much to do anything like there. Picking off one high tempo there just as he gets a storm off. Very few forces there for any time near the middle, near his own mineral only. So he's going to be in a little bit of trouble holding it off. He does have some cannons to help himself defend, but with the Dark Storm used properly, that cannon is just going to become a non-factor. Archon almost getting picked off as it runs out. Zealots, Zerglings trying to come in close to those forces as the High Templars get some storms off. Archons and Zealots helping to engage under the Dark Storm, and DTs, of course, coming in handy with their massive damage potential as well. Anytime, let's see, no mining in his main, shouldn't be very much mining in his natural either. Still mining in the middle only and the bottom right, but Firefist still in a good position. A lot of Ultras out in the field, and just with that huge number of Ultras, He's probably going to be in a very good position. Has some drones at the lower left-hand position, actually not doing anything, just sitting around waiting for something to happen. Hydra going to meet a High Templar, and when a Hydra meets a High Templar, that does nothing. Well, High Templar apparently manages to run away, and Hydra get picked off by Zealots. That's interesting. Ultra's finally coming into the game. They're getting spotted by Intime, and Intime's like, oh dear lordy. Getting engaged with an Archon. Meanwhile, a bunch of forces going to come right towards the lower right-hand position. Only a few cans to defend, nothing else whatsoever. Zerglings and Ultras. No Defiler support instantly enough, but I think with those Ultras, it's not going to be very much necessary anytime. He's in a very good position overall. Has a good hold over this game. Still managed to keep a decent count of force up. Still has some observers out in the field, some Archons, but he's going to lose the lower right hand. That's his only real fully mining base left, I believe. So losing mining that base is going to lose the game for him. Moving out with Archons, some High Templar and Zealots is trying to do something. He did pull off some probes off the line, try to save some of them. And it still has some mining going on in the middle only, but our Ultras are also running towards the location. Zerglings over the place, still running. Ultras at the lower end engaging a few Archons, but now Firefist has completely penetrated this middle only. A lot of these probes some of them are going to try to run for their life. There's only one single Ultra there, and anytime is going to save the lower right by picking off, putting down cannons. Actually, I feel Firefist is going a little bit too aggressive at this point. He's not conserving his Ultras, not trying to get a large grouping, not supporting with Defilers, so he's getting a lot of his forces killed. He's leaving himself open for any time to be able to defend himself. He doesn't have much in the way of forces. One Archon there gets picked off, has a couple more Archons morphing in, still has Zealots and High Templar at the minute only, but cannons have been picked off, all the probes are picked off, Archons morphing in, trying to fight back, but Ultras and Zerglings constantly being streaming in. Firefist at the very least, which is pure aggression and streaming forces towards any time's location. He's going to be able to win this game with just like that. His Nexus is going to go down. There's no mining except for a little bit of gas going down at this point. No troop production whatsoever. No Reavers in the game for any time. At this point, when the Zerg player has so many Ultras out, you want some Reavers to help against him. You want either a very large number of Archons or Reavers, and he's got neither. So it's going to be GG any moment. I apologize for whatever syncing or sound issues there might be because of the little cut, because of the little audio cut, but that happens. Not really my fault. I don't know how it happened, why it happened, but it happened, so now we all have to live with it. Live to tell the tale to our grandchildren of the awesome things that have happened in life and something else very epic. Not really much money going out at the 12 for Firefist. Doesn't matter, though, because he's won the game. So anytime he gets knocked out, no Air Force Ace member going to be in the round of 32, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't think anyone from Air Force Ace actually got into the round of 32, but Firefist is going to be facing off against Sky High for the honor of getting to the round of 32. We're going to see what happens there, where he manages to pick off, get another upset going like he did in the round of 32 of the last MSL. Managed to get himself out of this MST. So, we're going to see what happens, guys. GG, ranching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Final match coming in next.